Tolu promised not to tell anyone, but she couldn't keep it to herself. Lola's heart shattered into a million pieces as she received the devastating news. In a town called Akure, there were two teenagers named Lola and Femi. They went to the same secondary school, and from the moment they met, they felt a special connection. Lola had a rich black hair and a smile that could brighten up even the darkest of days. Femi was tall and athletic, with a laugh that was contagious. They were the perfect match, or so they thought. Lola and Femi started spending more and more time together, sneaking away during breaks and after school to be alone. They felt like they were in their own little world, where nothing else mattered except the love for each other. But there was a problem. Lola's parents didn't approve of Femi. They told her she was too young to be in a relationship now, and that she should be patient until she was much older. Femi's parents, on the other hand, were strict and didn't want him dating anyone now because of the distractions it will cause to his academics. Lola and Femi knew they had to keep their relationship a secret because of all these restrictions. So they continued to meet in hiding. They thought they were being smart, but they were just fooling themselves. One day, Lola's best friend Tolu saw them together in a secluded spot behind the school. Tolu promised not to tell anyone, but she couldn't keep it to herself. She thought she was helping Lola, but she was only making things worse. The secret came out, and soon everyone in school knew about Lola and Femi's secret romance. They became the talk of the school. Not in a good way, of course, and a lot of students whispered behind their backs. Even their teachers started interrogating them. Lola and Femi's relationship was put to the test. They argued more and more, blaming each other for the mess they were in. They couldn't understand why their love wasn't enough to overcome the obstacles in their way. Thank you for clicking to watch this story. I'm sure you're enjoying the story so far. Please go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you can get notified when I post more of the stories. Thank you so much for doing so. Let's get back in. Things came to a head when Femi's parents found out about the relationship. They were furious and they stopped Femi from seeing Lola ever again. Lola's parents were equally upset and grounded her indefinitely. Heartbroken and alone, Lola and Femi realized that they had made a mistake. They had rushed into love without thinking about the consequences, and now they were paying the price. But from their pain came a valuable lesson. They learned that love is not just about the butterflies in the stomach or the thrill of being together. It's about trust. It's about respect and communication. It's about being mature enough to handle whatever life throws your way. Lola and Femi went their separate ways, but they never forgot each other. They moved on with their lives, but they carried the lessons they had learned with them wherever they went. And who knows, maybe one day, when they were older and wiser, they will find their way back to each other. But for now, they were content knowing that their love story, though not ripe enough yet, had taught them something invaluable. After what happened, Lola and Femi found themselves trying to pick up the pieces of their shattered hearts. They each went on a journey of self-discovery, learning to heal from the wounds of their past. Lola threw herself into her studies, determined to prove to her parents that she was more than just a girl with a broken heart. She immersed herself in books and extracurricular activities, finding solace in the activities of her routine. Femi, on the other hand, struggled to find his footing without Lola by his side. He felt lost and alone, not sure of who he was without her. But with time, he began to focus on his passions, channeling his energy into sports and volunteering in his community. As time went by, Lola and Femi slowly started to heal. They discovered new interests, made new friends, and began to see hope for their future. But deep down, they both knew that a part of their hearts would always belong to each other. They missed the laughter they shared, the secrets they whispered, and the warmth of each other's embrace. One day, something interesting happened in the most unexpected way. Lola and Femi, now through with secondary school and awaiting admission into the university, found themselves volunteering with the same NGO that put together a charity program in their community. At first, they didn't want to speak to each other because they were not even sure what to say after everything had happened. But as they walked together side by side, old memories came flooding back, and they found themselves laughing and talking like old times. In that moment, they realized that while their love was restricted, it was undeniable. They had grown and changed since their days in secondary school, but their connection remained as strong as ever. With a newfound courage, Lola and Femi decided to confront their past and talk about what went wrong. They opened their hearts to each other, sharing their fears, their regrets, and their hopes for the future. And in the end, they made a promise to each other to take things slow this time, to communicate openly and honestly, and to never let anyone come in between them again. As Lola and Femi went through a few ups and downs in their rekindled relationship, they soon realized that love wasn't always smooth sailing. Yeah, they came across new challenges that tested their commitment and the bond that they had. One day, Lola received an offer letter to study abroad, an opportunity she had always been dreaming of and waited for. Excited about the prospect of furthering her education abroad and experiencing a new life, she shared the news with Femi. Femi's initial reaction was that of joy for Lola's achievement, but deep down, he couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty. He worried about what her leaving would mean for their relationship, whether they could withstand the distance and the inevitable changes that would come with it. As they thought about the decision together, Lola and Femi found themselves facing another obstacle. Femi's family was in financial trouble and he needed to find a way to help them out. Feeling torn between his responsibilities to his family and his desire to support Lola's dream, Femi struggled to find a solution. He didn't want to hold Lola back, but he also needed to raise funds for his family. Despite the challenges they faced, Lola and Femi refused to give up on each other. They knew that true love wasn't just about good times, it was also about going through the storms together no matter what. With open and honest hearts, Lola and Femi made a decision that would change the direction of their lives forever. Lola chose to defer her admission to study abroad, choosing instead to stay back in Akure, to take up a job, earn money, and join her resources with Femi's own so that they can help the family in these difficult times. It wasn't an easy decision at all, and there were moments of doubt and frustration that came along the way. But through it all, Lola and Femi remained committed to their love for each other, drawing strength from their shared experiences and unshakable bond. As they faced their challenges, Lola and Femi discovered that love was not just only about good times, but it was also about the bad times too, about sacrifice, about compromise, and by standing by each other's side through thick and thin. With Femi's family slowly recovering from their financial difficulties, Lola and Femi began to dream of a future together. After a year of deferment, Lola now decided to stay back and study in the university in Akure alongside with Femi. Years passed and they both graduated with flying colors. After graduation, Femi was deployed to Akwa Ibom State for NYSC, while Lola was deployed to Oyo State. But they both agreed to redeploy their primary place of assignment back to Akure as they had plans to set up a business together. After redeployment, they started talking about starting their own business. A bakery where Lola would showcase her passion for baking and Femi would use his creativity to design delicious treats. Excited about the prospect of turning their dreams into reality, Lola and Femi poured their hearts and soul into their new venture. They spent long hours planning and preparing, their shared vision bringing them closer together with each passing day. But just as things were starting to look up, they encountered their biggest challenge yet. A rival bakery opened up right across the street from theirs, threatening to overshadow their business even before it was born. Feeling discouraged and overwhelmed, Lola and Femi struggled to find a way to compete with this new bakery. They feared that all their hard work and sacrifice would be for nothing if they couldn't find a way to stand out in the crowded market. But then, inspiration came like a flash. Remembering the lessons they had learned from their past experiences, Lola and Femi decided to focus on what made their bakery unique: their love for each other and their passion for baking. They started offering personalized cakes and treats for special occasions, tapping into their creativity and attention to detail to create one-of-a-kind masterpieces that delighted their customers and set them apart from the competition. Word quickly spread about Lola and Femi's bakery, and soon they found themselves busier than ever before. And as they looked towards the future, they knew that whatever challenges they may face, they would face them together, bound by a love that was as sweet and enduring as the treats they baked with love every single day. As Lola and Femi's bakery grew, their love faced its ultimate test. One fateful day, tragedy struck when Femi was involved in a serious accident while delivering a cake to a customer. Lola's heart shattered into a million pieces as she received the devastating news. Rushing to the hospital, she prayed with all her might that Femi will pull through, her mind flooded with memories of their journey together and the love they shared.